Hello viewers, I'm SB, welcome back to Noita. So I think at this point, we're sort of past that period where I was just like jamming on games to try to get stuff done for Game of the Year consideration. So at this point, this is just a daily series. Now, we're just gonna explore. I don't know exactly how much longer we're gonna run it. I'm sure I'm not gonna figure out everything in the game. But I can tell you right now, like, there's obviously stuff that we want to figure out in the near future, stuff that we already kind of know about. So there will be some more Noita, and yeah, that's the information that I have for you right now. I'm having a lot of fun playing the game. Let's just keep playing it, shall we? So, it's probably not hugely valuable to us at this point. I'm just going to pop that now so I don't have to worry about it later. It's probably not hugely valuable to us at this point to try to pursue another normal victory. We are really pretty secret focused, and it is a shame that many of the secrets seem like they're going to, we might be able to free that gold. It's probably not worth the effort, though. Is that all? That's all Steam, huh? Weird. What was I saying? Secrets. The thing was, there are a lot of secrets that we want to figure out that require some pretty specific stuff to get to, like the temple on the surface, requiring some way to fly up to it. So on some runs, we probably just won't have the option of even attempting to play in a space, but the good news is we have so many different secrets. Hell yeah. There's so many different secrets that we care about that probably we'll be able to get some work done on something each run. There we go. Perfect. What an incredible shot. So let's just burn through to that, and then there was a wand over to the bottom east. The down east? Is that a way of describing dimensions? Describing directions in these two dimensions? Well, this is going to take a second, though, right? Because all the oil's going to have to burn out before the bottom really catches. Maybe not. So, we know that there's some kind of crazy thing over to the left. If we can get some light. We have the temple up on the surface. And then if we don't get to do either of those, we can drop down to the snow biome. And we know that down there, all the way to the left, there's like a weird fungal cave that we've never really gotten to explore. And it's there every time. So it might have something significant in it. I see no reason to assume that it can't. What is our liquid? Chaotic polymorphine. That is a dangerous liquid. I'm already feeling the loss of an infinite amount of water. I felt so secure with with the ability to generate water on command. You can really make yourself safe from a lot of different kinds of problems. Okay, looks like this is not going to be super easy to get down to, but honestly... Oh, hold on. Should be able to just crystal through some of this dirt here. Like right here should be fine. There's not too much rock in the way. Oh, almost. Well, there we go. Okay, I'm not sure why that suddenly went off. Cool. If you can believe it, it's a wand of the thing that we're already casting. Oh god. Okay. So the answer is proximity. Proximity does that. There's a bunch of cursed rock over there. You know, honestly, I'm giving some very serious thought to just restarting. You know what? We're just gonna do it. That's a huge amount of health to lose quickly. We're just gonna re-roll that one. Because I would like to have some HP. And also, I don't think our starting conditions were all that good. Okay, Spark Bolt, Bomb, and Polymorphine. Oops, I ate grass. Okay. There are things that your character should not do. If you press down on grass, you're probably just trying to, like, crouch down and observe the grass. You're probably not trying to consume a ton of it. Unless you're playing the mod where your character starts as a cow. Now listen, I'm not trying to herbivore shame. If you want to eat grass, I guess you can. I just don't think a wizard should be so into it. So, Magic Arrow right away is pretty good. Obviously, let's get the hell out of here, because traps and whatnot. Well, that was smart. Why would you do that? What would possess you to do such a thing? Well, at least he died in a way that the game considers an accident. I mean, I'm sure it was an accident on his part. So Magic Arrow is just twice as effective as most of the initial spells, right? 10 base damage, and then this wand in particular seems to be pretty cool. I think this was a really good find. This is a much better start, provided that I manage to not blow myself up. What is the recharge time on this? Recharge half a second, but yeah, it just like really sprays them all out pretty fast. Honestly, this is a pretty powerful wand. This is a nice thing to find right at the top, right at the beginning of the episode. Beginning-ish. This right at the second begin. Listen, we had one beginning, but what about second beginnings? Okay, the acid has made things a little awkward here. That is definitely one of the more powerful traps. I can't tell what color that is through the wall. The color of the magic lines coming off of it might be meaningful. I don't think it is. Yeah, geez, look at that. It does maybe exert a little bit too much force on the money. And it's very difficult to moderate. It's hard to shoot fewer than the full complement. Go get him. Oh, I was trying to make it so that this thing would just roll over those guys and we would maybe get the extra gold of an accident kill. No such luck, apparently. The magic arrow is so good at destroying stuff that it just broke through the side of the wheelbarrow anyway. Or the minecart, rather. We're definitely having a little bit of an accuracy problem. But it's fine. You don't need to aim if you just fire enough projectiles. That is a rule that I've learned from many, many an action game. That is levitation. That's actually a pretty valuable thing to have. Okay, I am confident we will not be disturbed while we get our work done here. So, I mean, can we just cut through the wood here with the arrows? No, it does not look like it. Alright. I am willing to lose a bomb for this. That's fine. Also, we may as well, bathe in the blood. It's never a bad time to bathe in the blood. So I'm not trying to sound like I'm looking to gift horse in the mouth or anything here. Obviously, a lot of stuff's going well, and I'm real happy. But, if we could maybe find some of that extra max HP, that would be pretty cool. Oh, yeah, like that. That's a great... Thank you. It's a great example of what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, it does look like it's going to be a little awkward to access it. I think probably a bomb here will get the job done. Yeah. Sufficient. Well, I'm feeling like all kinds of sanguine about this. Well, maybe not all kinds. Some of the kinds of sanguine. Oh, God. Okay. There we go. Just keep some water nearby and everything will be fine. Never go more than like 2 seconds away from a big pool of water. Or a big pool of blood. A big pool of blood's a good idea. Honestly, blood's probably better than water. Because you also get the crit chance. Who doesn't want to be bathed in the blood of their enemies? First literally and then metaphorically. Well, we have pretty good damage output, but you do have to actually hit the enemies to do the damage. Oh, that's gonna kill him. I like it when they die that way too. Because if you kill them with shooting, if you murder them via shooting... Oh, I thought hiding behind the podium would get us there. They often spring a leak, and unfortunately the thing that they leak is bad. You know what I don't need is a ton of lava in my life all over my gold. I guess even more reason that you want to stay near some water. What a weirdly constructed area. With these perfectly spaced out incendiary barrels. I'm not at all clear on what exactly it is that causes enemies to spring leaks like that. Like, sometimes it just seems to happen when you deal damage to them, and I don't know if it's like every time you hit them there's a small chance for it to happen, or if it happens more frequently when you hit them with small amounts of damage or large amounts of damage or particular projectile types. It might be a good thing to learn, because there are some types of enemies that you really, really don't want to do it to. Oh man, it fell all the way in there. I do love the ubiquity of the little purple guys. They're just like a gold piñata. So, what is going on down here? It seems like perhaps there's a big fire. Never mind. I don't know where all this smoke came from, but it turns out where there is smoke, there is not, in fact, necessarily fire. Wow, that is really spreading. So we have the levitation. I think our plan for accessing the temple is still going to be what it was last time, which is to say we are going to go downward, we're going to gain some HP, we're going to get some perks and stuff, and then we're going to come back up to access the temple, which means that I need to find a thing capable of cutting through the stone in the roof of the temple. Now, obviously, what I'm really thinking of here is the black hole, but it's probably not the only thing that's capable. I didn't see the incendiary barrel until I had already fired. Okay. Figured that might happen. Alright, come on. Walk forward into the fire. Ah. If I kill him, I only get one gold nugget. It's like we're learning to manipulate the systems to some degree here. I will say that despite the fact that we did just have a successful clear of the lower areas, I don't necessarily know that we learned a ton about the function of lower stuff. There was probably a wand here. I wonder where the wand carrier went. We heard an explosion down here. That could have just been a normal dynamite enemy. You don't have my wand. Where the hell did that wand go? Okay, well, I guess maybe we will never find it. One thing we know for sure is that the AI is not responsible enough to have access to wands. Hell, I'm not responsible enough to have access to wands. I guess I said that like there's an assumption that I am smarter and more capable than the AI. An assumption that is perhaps unevidenced. Come on. I mean, at this point, if we kill him down there, we're not going to be able to get the gold back out anyway, so I guess... Okay, here we go. Him chasing us gives us a little hope. There we go. Just be very, very careful around the couple of orange pixels. Okay, I think we've been pretty thorough over here now. So the area to the left over here, the collapsed mine, is harder than the rest of the area around it. Like, it definitely has enemies in it, even just variants of the normal enemies. Sorry, my arm is itchy here. Okay. Variants of the normal enemies that just take considerably more hits than the little ones here, like the guys with the welding masks on, for example. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like I can't go over there safely because our wands are too bad. Today, I do not feel like we are in much danger. We can get over here and attempt a thing. I'm gonna catch on fire if I try to get that. There's no... The value is bad. Let us not. You know what? I would rather that not break. It feels roomy in here. Well, okay, somebody's got a wand up there. Also, this is worm stuff. Okay, so this is energy sphere. This is the little one. Energy orb is the good one. Well, I mean, still not opposed. That's pretty okay. I do not like the big chunk that he took out of me with it, though. Unfortunately, it really is just like... It's basically a starting wand. It's not really a thing we need right now. So I wonder if... Oh, God. I wonder if the worm is still around? So this guy's managed to get himself stuck in the worm tube. I'm gonna guess they did not manage to kill it. My feeling is that we probably have to be wary of worm. Oh, the frogs. Oh, the frogs. I don't even care about the money. I just want to make sure these frogs get dead. Alright, I think we might be able to access that. Yeah, we were totally up there. So a pretty strong wand and a couple of health ups. I'm feeling okay about our situation. Is any of this stuff safe to just spray over there? Yeah. I guess this. Zero effect on fire, turns out. Well... I mean, I could just... We come over here and mostly submerge ourselves, and then... It seems like the liquid doesn't wear off of you if you're not walking on the ground. So if we just do a lot of hopping... Oh, hey! That's not even the health up that we came over here for. Well, isn't this lovely? Ooh, that's just water. I do like water. There we go. Well, now, smart guy. Although, part of me wishes we could have just picked up the water potion. Why are you invincible? Why are you so hard to hit? Okay. So 3 health ups. 3 health ups and levitation. So if we can find a way to dig back upward, I think we're in pretty good shape here. We are certainly not in good shape to just go up to the temple right now, though. Like, 47 health is not where I want to be. That's a broken wand. I don't even know if that's useful. Well, I think we have actually pretty much explored the area. I think we're cool to just go forward. It's just a ton of copper laying on the ground. Alright, well, not much to be done with that. Yeah, that was a very slow and thorough first area. So, are you normal black hole? You are indeed. Okay. What is this? Oh, interesting. So the Giga Disc projectile is the one where we summoned it and it came back at us and totally killed us, right? Not a big fan of that. You probably will not be surprised to hear. So all of our wands, except for our base wand, are shuffle. I mean, we can afford to buy a lot of stuff here. Let's buy double scatter. There definitely are uses for that. Certainly want you. Luminous drill with timer could be fun. The Giga Disc is very dangerous. That said, it is also quite powerful. Alright, I'm going to do all this stuff. And then we're going to grab a... Spells deal 3 times damage when you're under 25 HP. So, do we want to grab fire immunity, which is certainly not 0 value, or do we want to reroll? I think I'm going to do a reroll. Every time an enemy near you dies, you release mana recharging liquid. Not too excited about any of the stuff we're seeing here. Yeah, alright. Guess I'll take that, and then we burrow up from here, right? Oh, shoot, wait. Gotta actually rebuild my wands. What am I doing? So, this can be the bomb wand. Yep, 85 max mana. Here we go. And then... this is castable from here. There we go, we got some interesting utility, and I'm not going to build another combat wand. I'm not going to use the Giga Disc yet. It is described as having a curious flight pattern, which, in my opinion, is a little misleading. We could throw the double scatter spell on here, but honestly, with this having shuffle, I hate the idea of it casting and us having no idea whether it's going to do the scatter or not. So let's not do that. Alright. Gods are not gonna love this. Actually, they don't seem to be that mad. Also, this seems like it's maybe not a viable thing. Oh no, okay, you can get through. Not us, though. I mean, if we don't shoot this straight up, we're not gonna be able to reach. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we're just gonna get out of the tunnel and let the lava come through. Ah. We'll just let it all drain down there. And hopefully none of it will come into contact with my face. Hey, you know what I don't have is a way into the temple. We might be able to bomb the door. I'm not actually sure. Also, how much lava was up there? Because it's starting to become an issue, and I'm certain it was not this much. Alright, we're going to have to do something a little terrifying here. Oh, it connected through to the larger area. Then he coated himself in worm pheromones for some reason. Come on. Yeah, I didn't I thought it was just a small... Well, shit. Alright, please be a big enough explosion. It was. Alright, so we lost a bunch of health there, which I'm not happy about. But we're definitely in a better position than we possibly could have been without going down to the second area, so... Yeah, now we just fly all the way back up to the top, and we... I don't know that we can access the temple via bombs. I don't think that the door is bombable. But maybe we can figure something out. And, you know, we could just go past the temple, right? We know that there's something past the temple. Okay, so... It's real snowy out here. I mean, this should probably do it, right? I don't think it takes much levitation. Yeah, okay. Stuff is really effective. Okay. We're gonna stay alert. We're not gonna let our guard down. We're not gonna get caught off guard by two guys with guns. That said, even when I'm on guard against two guys with guns, they still might totally kill my ass. Huh. Does this just connect down to the chamber with the... It sort of does. It kind of does. Sometimes you do not need the levitation, is what we have determined. And I guess I should check that, right? When we're in there, we should go ahead and try to go over to the right past the what do you call it? I'm gonna maybe re-levitation myself here. Past the chamber with the scroll. Just to be on the safe side. Wonder how high up you can get. Where's it? You know what? We're going to play with it a little bit. Because I don't think we're going to need the levitation again, and I'm kind of curious. So I'm just going to create a pool here. In an attempt to get myself really coated. Oh, well this helps. Wait, let it refill? Okay. I'm not sure if we were even getting any higher anymore. If we're really going to test it, here's what we do. Oh, right, that's a big tree. I don't know why I didn't think that would be a problem. But now we have like a little crater we can fill with levitation. I guess we just let this burn itself out. Levitation's not flammable, is it? I don't think so. And I'm just going to throw the potion in here. Alright, that is as full up as we are going to get. Okay. Yeah, not really that high, unfortunately. Okay. I was curious if there was anything up there. I'm fairly confident there is not. And now we don't have our levitation anymore, but it was worth checking. Yeah, the problem is for all of the height, like, you just couldn't get much higher than that because you just don't have the fuel. This is weird. Huh. Ah! Sneaky fog rats. The mist rat is a dangerous creature indeed. Alright, well, at the very least, we're going to go up to the top of the temple. So we know that there is health and knowledge available to us there. And then we'll try bombing the temple doors and see if we can get in. I'm pretty sure that the bombs will not be able to move. Well, I guess it's just stone, though, right? It's not metal. But also, the bombs don't move all kinds of stone. The stone around the Holy Temple is not bombable. Also, if I'm honest, it makes me a little nervous that the giant skull is always here. So I'm assuming that the great big thing we saw the edge of in the Dragon Cave was also one of those great big skulls. My concern is that there might be a non-dead one in there. There might be a living skull, if you will. Alright, so we know a little bit about these enemies now, at least. I said we didn't really learn a lot about the later areas in the last run, but we did learn some things about the kinds of enemies that live in those later areas, at the very least. And what their relative threat levels and resistance to damage are. And honestly, it's worrying. It's definitely worrying. Alright, give me that orb, and also we may as well take the emerald tablet here. So, the question is, do we go right or do we try to bomb? I guess let's go back and try to bomb the doors. Because I think there's a real good chance that the bomb will not let us in and we will have no choice but to go right. Also, many things are shaking, and that has me concerned. Wonder how many orbs there are. I'm assuming since there's a counter that something happens if you get them all. Oh, no, that totally works. Okay. Then we will enter, and we will try to be careful. At our current level of damage output, the big skull beetles are going to be a problem. Okay, we do not have the ability to cut through that. We do still have some bombs. It is worth remembering. So this stuff, the brickwork... Oh, it's all identified as brickwork, but this stuff can be bombed through for sure. Oh, right. Well, I guess we'll just bomb through here. I forgot, there totally was a reason to hold on to some levitation. Let's see if this is anything of value. Well, it's real spooky, I'll give it that. Huh. Do they actually lose their wings when they take damage, or do they just not have wings during their walking animation, I wonder? Stuff's blowing up down here. Okay, so we got Electro Skull and the giant skull beetle, which sounds like a cartoon that I would have been way into as a kid. Alright, doing some decent work on each other at the very least. No, ah. Alright, so I mean, we're kind of in a position to be fighting here. We're doing a job. Fucking traps. Alright, the good news is these guys are not really that tough. I feel very confident we can fight them with our current armaments. Bummer that they don't trigger the traps. Okay. Don't know if Scorpion is a dangerous enemy, but he looks dangerous, and he can be killed, so probably best to do so. No, that's just sand. I wonder if the layout of the temple is different from run to run. Don't know what that is up there. Okay, so you can just break the traps. If you see them first, the sand cave. Huh. Do you think this represents an exit from the temple? Like, is this what you're supposed to be doing by going to the temple? Or is the sand cave, like, just a different place you can choose to go? That's a problem. That guy seems to be some kind of magic flying, little bit of a Lord Conti kind of vibe. Although obviously without the very slick paint job. Good news is he's got some other stuff to focus on. Yeah, go fight each other. Well, this is gonna become a whole problem. Maybe not as much as I thought, though. That still almost got me. Oh, hey. Robot Man drops the big gold. Okay, well, we're doing okay on cash, at least. Those are explosive, right? Yeah. Is sand usually that flammable? Let's see, there's a way back up into the temple here. Unfortunately, damn it. Unfortunately, we have no idea. How are you still alive? Where valuable things within the temple might be? It's entirely possible that they're all, like, upward. Okay, we basically didn't take damage due to dumb luck there. Okay, that guy's very killable, though. I was worried that we might have some real trouble with those things if they were at full health. But it doesn't seem that bad. So the sand cave seems like it's maybe a less valuable area. It's certainly a lower level area. Like, the enemies we're fighting down here are much more consistent with, like, the normal Area 2 enemies. So I think that the point of the temple is something that's in the upper temple, not as a way of accessing the sand cave. Although we did, at the very least, identify that there is another biome down there. Because, you know, there need to be more. There need to be more of those. I wonder if there are different things, like different endings in all of these different directions that we're discovering. What is going on here? Where are we at? 25 firebolts. Okay. Well... Okay, managed to catch myself on fire instantly, and there's no water anywhere. Never mind, I found some water. This is a weird starting area. Alright, well, we got a blood potion. It seems to not be leaking in our inventory, despite the fact that it was leaking. And somewhere, someone has taken the wand. Honestly, the bouncing starting projectile, really? It's just like a tiny bit of fire. The bouncing starting projectile really doesn't seem like a bad one. I guess I could have blooded myself. I'm not thinking about it enough, but that's definitely a situation where I should have just turned the blood potion upside down over my head. I'm not feeling super hopeful about this run so far. I think, obviously, some things have gone a little bit south already. Got myself real nervous there. I suppose a big downside of the bouncing projectile is that you cannot necessarily guarantee that it won't hit dangerous things. So flammable gas is not itself dangerous. Aw. Look at all that just going to waste. Now I'm nervous about every pixel of fire. Alright, please be something good. Ah, there we go. I would really love to not get poisoned. You know what? That is not bad. Hey, I wonder if the all-seeing eye lets us see through the darkness. I don't think we've tried that. I mean, it says all-seeing. Also, that's a lovely thing to just wander into. Jesus. Okay, there's so much toxic garbage everywhere. Can we get up through... No, it sure doesn't look like it. Well... maybe we can go up and over some of it here? The fire is probably going to set off that barrel, and that barrel is going to coat that area with even more poison garbage. How about this? How about... this is a very small explosion, right? Yeah, there we go. I do enjoy the firebolt. The firebolt does good work. That still almost hit me. Did I get him? Nope. No, I did not. But remarkably, somehow he did not get me either. We do not have the liquid for that currently. Well, I guess we could... I'm not going to worry about it. I was going to say, I guess we could use blood. Alright, good luck down there. Yeah, I am finding myself... wow. I am finding myself, like, basically always wishing I was coated in liquid. There aren't really that many liquids that are safe to completely cover yourself with. Like, just a bunch of water and blood coming out of your wand all the time is really... it's exactly the place you want to be in. Okay, well, everything is a nightmare down here, as usual. Alright, so we are below the entrance. I guess we could spend a charge right here. We must beware of those extremely stealthy frogs. Can we even make it up there? Okay. It looks like, unfortunately, we're going to have to burn through some coal, which is... yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, often a pretty slow process. So we've got that going. Let's have a quick look. Does it look like... I mean, we can firebolt through a ceiling, I suppose. It doesn't even really take that many shots. Like, There's a bunch of rock mixed in here, though. I don't know if the firebolt cuts through rock. Nor do I know if it cuts through copper. And yeah, that'll reveal, but it's going to take till the heat death of the universe. Alright, let's try it. Let's try to just cut through up here. Really? Wow. Okay. Mana regen rate on this is truly awful. Huh. Okay. Sometimes the firebolt explodes immediately upon making contact with the surface. But apparently that is not a thing on which we can rely. Also, sometimes I will just hard miss. Can I actually stand up? I'm a little leery of that because of that thing. Because sometimes the firebolt decides it knows better than I do. Well. Huh. Blood does seem like it maybe controls liquids a little bit, or controls fires a little bit better than water, huh? Alright, I'm going. There you go. Blood protect me. Everything's fine. Alright, let's see if the all-seeing eye is actually all-seeing. It is not. The all-seeing eye is it's an all-seeing lie is what it is. Well, shit, man. I guess we're just leaving. I don't really have another play here. We got a little bit of bonus health. We got pretty bad money, honestly. Maybe we should spend more time exploring. We could go back to the right. I don't think we were particularly thorough here. That's right, though. Part of the reason we weren't particularly thorough is because this place sucks. Ooh. What's in there? Okay, interesting. Personal lightning caster and auto aim. Got a broken wand. Don't know what to do with it. I wonder if it's, like, repairable? I wonder if we could actually make it into a functional wand? Boy, I don't really want to try to go through there. Let's just drop down to the next area. We got some spells. I would love to slot them. We did get at least a little bit of max HP. This is not so bad. Chainsaw wand, triplicate shots. That's just eggs. Projectiles turn toward the nearest visible enemy. Makes a projectile turns the creatures it hits into living thunderstorms. Is that even a thing we want? I'm guessing that a creature can't hit itself with lightning, probably, right? So that doesn't actually seem that good. And this is just summon egg. I mean, we could buy egg wand. Yeah, I don't know. We could buy egg wand and just make ourselves like a small army of creatures, but honestly, some of the creatures don't seem all that good. I'm going to go ahead and buy this just because I think it's actually a solid combat upgrade. And then I don't know that we want any of the rest of this stuff. I don't think any of it's particularly interesting. Yeah, let's just move on. Bouncy spells. Blood money is dropped when death is an accident. Blood money. Is that better than money? Gases near you ignite automatically seems incredibly dangerous. More blood, more gold, more vision. I do like more vision. And of course, the first thing I do is immediately coat the wand platform in lava. Okay, just like a hell of a lot of rocks. Well, I mean, we don't need this thing anymore. That's a lot of rumbling. I mean, that's basically gotta be a great big worm, right? I tried. I tried really hard to hit him with a rock. I gave it my best. Well, I have created a situation. How am I always doing this? How am I always, like, making life such a nightmare for myself? Largely for myself. It's almost always just for me. Ah, damn it. Stupid eye bat. Okay. Well, none of that went the way I wanted. Ugh, now I have so much slime on me. Yeah, that whole thing was just really miserable. We can probably make this. How do you like it? Wow. I cannot believe he was still alive after that second hit. Okay. Nowhere is safe. This has so far been a real nightmare. Do not want to be standing on that. Okay, so in this area there's a secondary biome on the left, right? This is where the fungal cavern is. I guess we're probably going to end up trying to go over there and see if there's anything cool going on in there, so wait a minute. Oh no, that's not a gap. It just wasn't illuminated by our supposedly illuminating sight. All-seeing doesn't quite mean what it sounds like it means. Okay, we have now verified, top to bottom, the right wall has no gaps in it. Okay, that's interesting. We could probably cut our way up there with the firebolts, but obviously it's not ideal. I can't imagine the rocks doing much in that, much to help us there. Okay, maybe we cut through somewhere around here with the firebolts. Like, anywhere that it's a coal vein, the firebolts should be able to make pretty fast headway. I guess, actually, the smart thing to do would be to let this thing be the start of that. Nope, 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 nope. Go that way. That way. Ow. Alright, well, I was trying to juggle it. Sigh. I forgot how bad this wand is. Well, we're already most of the way through. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Let's all just take a moment here to remember to be thankful for the things in our life that are totally sick. Like, being a wizard, having cool wands, being completely unassociated with a certain British wizard author who is kind of a terrifying monster. You know, just the little things. Just the little things in life. Boy, what happened up here? God, I hate the slime. I hate the slime so much. And also the sludge. There's a lot of it, you know, a lot of things going on around here that I'm not a huge fan of. Wow. He's a much better shot than I am. Ugh. The amount of poisoning that you can get from being underneath the trail of the poison from that projectile really sucks. Wow, is that really just not going to spread? Okay, I don't know how that's what's happening, but fine. Oh, that's... Alright. There's water right there. Apparently the gold was all that was keeping the slime in place? Yeesh. Well, this is going super well. Just trying to feather it a little bit. There we go. Huh. I guess the disturbance is what we just saw in the surface of the water where that guy bleeding, just like producing additional liquid underneath the surface of the water and thus pushing the water upward. That's almost burned through. Well, this is going splendidly so far, and we are definitely in a good position to head through to another biome. That is certainly a thing that is going to happen. So these things are just in league with one another, huh? So I can't get anywhere close to that thing. And this is way too much to dig through. You're definitely intended to access that from the bottom. Please, please die, please die. Alright, we got there. It's so hard to predict the function of double triplicate bolt. The sextuplicate bolt spell. Not nearly as much fun as it sounds like. Okay, well eventually we'll be able to get that wand. I guess we'll come back here in like a couple of years and see how that's going. Oh god. Oh god, the dangers. The dangers. Do you not like all these enemies dropping down from above onto the extremely dangerous bomb? Yeah, we might just have to bail here. I wanted to go look for secrets, but it's getting a little risky. That should go down quickly, at least. Jeez. Ooh, okay, interesting. How'd you get in there, dude? That is energy shield, which is awesome. If we can survive to slot it. Oh, there's like little bits of lava that has cooled to stone, just sort of scattered, floating throughout the water. Because there's no, I guess there's no way in this game for rock to be floating. Really, rock is a substance that is vertically and horizontally locked. So I don't know how we're going to get over there. I mean, maybe the answer is we're not, right? Maybe the actual answer is the second we see another portal, we got to take it. That guy is well camouflaged. Camouflaged? Covered. Well, now that's curious. I guess there's not really anything I can do about it. I don't have a way of digging anyway. Alright, you know what? Yeah, let's maybe just move forward. I was going back up there to, like, see if maybe we could find something else, but that seems unwise. Alright, so luminous drills, return stuff. Wow, crummy. What a bad shop. What the hell? I guess we no longer have a need for an all-seeing eye wand. So I guess... First of all... do that. Secondly, don't really need the auto-aim, so we could replace that. I have $84. What am I doing? What am I even talking about? Low gravity, additional shield. I wonder if additional shield even works. Honestly, I kind of think just being able to move vertically is probably going to be really helpful. It's going to be more helpful to me than it is to the enemies. A mysterious darkness lingers in this place. Well, that's not great. I'm not into mysterious darknesses. Well, this is going well. Yeah, I will say I am feeling a little bit low on damage here. I should probably be using firebolts against those guys at the very least. Got him. I was a little worried that wasn't going to work, because maybe the ice would be too insubstantial. But in fact, I am quite pleased. Wonder if that killed him. It would seem that the answer is no. For a second there, I was like, oh no, what happened to my shield? But right, it's actually only attached to the one wand. Boy, you cannot trust those firebolts to do anything. Wow, I actually did reflect one of those firebolts back into the guy and kill him. There we go. Oh god! The water... Okay, well... I was using that water. Perhaps unsurprisingly, a permanent shield turns out to be great. Here's the mysterious hand again. And again, we know not what it portends. Okay, these bits of metal are fairly serious. Shield does not protect me from vapors. I guess that makes sense. Like, it kind of has to be air permeable, right? Otherwise, it would suffocate me. So that dude's fireproof. That's a thing I don't think we knew. Ow! And yes, getting electrocuted does paralyze you. Fortunately, that time I didn't get electrocuted till the threat had passed. Ah, it's stupid. Stupid vapor, so that seems significant. We're going over there, obviously. Triplicate bolt, remarkably good at cutting through even rock, it turns out. We're just gonna take a minute here. So I hate that I only have 43 health. It is a bummer that there's so few ways to replenish health during the biomes. Like, once or twice I have found a wand that had, like, 2 charges of a spell that would heal you for not even a full health bar when cast. But that's it. That's about the best you can hope for. Alright, we're through the rock over here. This should be a lot faster. Oh, hey. Huh. Well, this looks scary. It is, in fact, a magical temple. There's no two ways about that. That's a scary thing. It is taking damage, though. We are damaging it. I do believe we've got a small tactical advantage here. I have been polymorphed. Oh, but I am the deadly frog. You have made such a terrible mistake. Your lives are forfeit. Ugh. Ugh. Aw. Well, this is like a very slow way to do this. You can't say it's not working, though. We're not in a tremendous amount of danger over here. What is coming out of him? Bone dust. Like a really huge amount. Why is there so much bone dust? Is it still pouring out of him, or it kind of seems like it's being created? Huh. So these guys have a ton of health, but the way their attack works, it's not actually much of a threat to us, because it's unlikely to be able to hit us twice in quick succession, because of the way it cycles directions. So actually, I'm not feeling too endangered here. Okay, just some wands though, but just some wands flying around. Can I kill these wands and take them? Can I banish their sentience and then claim them for my own? I'm on fire. Get in there, get in there. Okay. Yes, the answer is yes. I do get to claim them as my own once they are defeated. That might have some real potential. I do have to get to the point where I feel like that's a thing I can do safely. Okay, now he's got the wand. Great. And he still has his normal... Oh, there was a wand right above us. He still had his normal attack, too, which seems a little unfair. Well, that area seems really interesting. If you can get over there and you're in position to be able to actually fight the wands, you could, in theory, pick up a lot of new spells in real quick succession there. Yeah, that's obviously... You have to be in position to survive that. Alright, I do believe that that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Some abortive attempts. Not a lot getting actually accomplished or learned today. But that's just sort of how it is with Noita. On a lot of runs, you just get your teeth kicked in pretty bad. But even on the bad runs, I feel like we're doing better. And when you come back next time, tomorrow, even more improvement. I hope. And we'll see you then.